So I've seen Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, and I thought it was a sort of fun but flawed movie. I'm not really gonna go into depth with this movie, because I'm currently working on something special, so let's just jump into what I did and didn't like about Army of the Dead. So first thing first, I love the look of this movie, which shouldn't be a surprise considering this is Zack Snyder we're talking about, and whether you love him or not, you have to appreciate his cinematography style. And to his credit, he really made a good-looking movie with Army of the Dead, because at points, it looks genuinely stunning to look at, and I love the whole neon, Las Vegas casino aesthetic of this film, considering it's something different for the zombie subgenre. And a thing I also enjoyed was the zombies' portrayal in this movie. Finally, something fresh and exciting for the zombie subgenre, because to be honest, this subgenre has been declining more than the horror genre in general, due to how boring and repetitive it got. Luckily, someone like Snyder stepped in and decided to add some new lore for the zombie genre. If you watch the film, you know that there are different types of zombies in this movie. There's your normal dumb, boring zombies, and then there are king and queen zombies, who are smarter than your everyday of-the-mill brain eaters. There's robot zombies, there's even a zombie tiger, so I appreciate the different variety of zombies in this film. And last but not least, the freaking gore in this movie is pretty satisfying for my taste. Again, I shouldn't be surprised because this is Zack Snyder, but he really delivered with the carnage candy in this movie. Now with that being said, let's get into this film's negatives for me. So first thing first, this film has a lot of plot errors. Now normally it wouldn't really bother me that much because I would still manage to enjoy the movie, but wow, this movie has me questioning a lot about the movie, like, if Tanaka wanted the zombie head all along, why didn't he just tell the team that they are going after a zombie head? Better yet, why not just send 2 or 3 people into Las Vegas, get the bride's head, and leave before the nuke is launched? How did the groom survive that explosion? Why didn't Gus actually try to help Chambers when she was actually handling a fair amount of zombies? Because if he would have helped instead of looking on as his friend is getting swarmed, she would have still made it by then. Also, why didn't Dieter just lock himself in the safe alongside with Vandero? Actually, why didn't the majority of the team lock themselves inside the safe until the nuke goes off? Also, how did Vandero get bitten, because it wasn't shown how he managed to get bitten at any point in the movie? Also, how did he not notice he got bitten until he started showing symptoms? I can honestly go on, but I think you got the point that it genuinely brings the film down for me, and I wish these plot errors were acknowledged before shooting began. Another negative I have for this movie is the characters, which is another problem I have with Snyder's movies. His characters are usually two-dimensional, and Army of the Dead is no exception. They're not interesting, they don't seem to grow throughout the plot, they lack depth. Even Scott himself was a bit bland for my taste, and I'm not saying Dave Bautista is a bad actor or anything, because I would be insane for saying something like that, but in all honesty, I felt like his character just wasn't developed that well for me, and I honestly didn't grow attached to any of the characters, or their relationship with one another. The only relationship, if you want to call it that I sorta enjoyed in this movie was Dieter and Vandross, but besides that, I really don't know, and it sucks to see that you have a lot of interesting looking characters in your movie, yet you don't really do anything with their characters that would make them memorable in any sort of way. Now to wrap this whole short review up, I thought the movie was sorta entertaining, and I'm not saying it's a work of art or anything, because like I stated, I do have a few glaring problems with this movie, but in conclusion, I thought it was a decent, but very flawed film, so I'd give it 2.7 out of 5.